Hey, what's going on? Welcome to 2 cents on a dollar. 70 P's in the building.
Necessary evils.
Unnecessary evil.
So necessary evils.
Evil. I guess we're gonna let Glenn tell y'all what it is that he wants us to talk about today. We're not understanding anything about it. So, how y'all doing? Yes, we are late, Mom. I know. Every time I never fail myself. So, so Glenn, what do you mean? He said he want to talk about necessary evils. I don't know what he means by it. Can you elaborate?
Necessary evils. Do it benefit the greater good or do it just benefit yourself?
Give it an example.
Killing somebody badly. So good could prevent. Killing off a dictator.
Killing off a dictator.
Unnecessary evil.
How is evil necessary?
Depends on what intentions and what thought people have towards it.
Right. That's why I say elaborate, because I'm on the same page of how is evil necessary. Hey, how you doing? What's going on, boo? Welcome to 2 cents on the dollar.
Thank you.
So, Mom.
A lot of people ask how
Let's talk
evil
about
is
this
necessary,
evil.
but they do it every day to benefit themselves. If it's manipulation,
What are you saying? We can't hear you speak up. What you got going on today? What's the question? What are you saying?
You think people should be able to retaliate is what you're saying.
I've been saying that.
So, okay, there was a statement saying that there's a time for killing and a time for peace.
Don't make a right. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
This chair class I took begs to differ.
A chair class?
I keep my weapon on me, do you?
Why they call it a chair class?
Chair food. Never heard of it?
No, what is that? Enlighten us.
The art form of whooping ass with a chair.
The fact that it's a class on picking up a chair and whooping ass, okay? Who knew?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody do something to somebody that I love, then of course I'm gonna want to do something back to them. But that don't make it right.
In the Bible it says, if you take my son, I'm supposed to do the equal type of damage that you did to me. I'm not supposed to take your life. I'm supposed to take your son's life. According to some verses, according to certain verses, if people want to go literal with the word, but it's a lot of people that out there that justify necessary evil. Why you think when they start putting it, the booster shots out, when they started expiring, they started putting it in the meats and the foods that we eat to make sure we take it. Different laws that they pass, they think that's a necessary evil.
Some of them are.
So that's why I said, like,
a lot of them are.
What's an example of a necessary evil that you have experienced or maybe had to handle? For the greater good? Was it a greater good for you, or was it a greater good for everybody around you?
It just depends circumstances.
Give me an example of what you done did. Don't incriminate yourself. Don't incriminate yourself. We're gonna say that right now. Let's say that. Let's put that on the air right now.
I'm getting away with something I feel like it was wrong, but I needed to do it. Then that's the greater good for me.
Because also necessary evil could be a single mom that doesn't have no way of feeding her kids, steal the food that she needs to feed her kids so they survive. Stealing is frowned upon. Back in the day, you stole, you got whichever hand you stole with lopped off, like right then and there. No questions asked. Like, a lot has changed.
So if stealing is still bad, they don't want you to steal. They don't cut your hand off, but
they might need to. That one racist judge that told that black man he got to castrate himself.
Yeah, or grow the food.
He thought
that's not a necessary evil. Exactly, growing your own food. It's a solution. It's more than one way to skin a cat. It's more than
definitely.
One
there's always more than one solution
to a problem.
But why humans?
People choose to be the evil. They choose to go the evil or the quicker route.
My point.
It's the quickest route.
My point. Because we're talking. You're not wrong. You could grow your foods and all that other stuff, but all around as a human race, we're lazy. Always waiting for somebody else to do it. So,
or maybe they just don't have the knowledge. It's not even they don't have the knowledge to do it. They don't go and find the knowledge to do certain things because their lifestyle isn't that. They're busy with other things. They haven't learned how to be a green thumb on top of their lifestyle, on top of doing everything else they learn how to do. Because it's just like, okay, I'm this. I'm good at this. And this is what I do, so I do this. And I'm going to leave the people that's good at farming, growing crops, and doing this. I'm going to leave that to the people that do that. And you have some people with that mentality, whether it's good or bad. You just have some people with that mentality. Like, I'm going to leave that to the people that's good at it.
So would you say necessary evil is a human flaw? Everybody's susceptible to it?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So.
But you can always try to avoid certain evil.
But that's the ongoing battle of life. That's the ongoing battle of life.
Yeah, I think it's a mentality. I think
what makes people choose the evil side? Because it's always a yin to a yang. There's always that. There's always an inner battle between each person.
That's all they know. That's all they experience. Yeah.
Yeah, but at what point is that all you accept? Because there's not all that it is. That's
some
not
people
all
they feel like that. They're really in their mind. It's a mentality. They're in their mind where they have accepted that, whether they know it's something greater or not. They're in their mind where they are at the point where they have accepted how they are and what is.
So is that like a maturity? Because after a certain,
it is flawed, created.
Yeah, definitely you don't gotta accept them.
He said,
but I'm talking about taking accountability in yourself. Like
he said, it's a flaw created by the systems that we live in, which is most definitely.
I could agree with that.
People do become fall subject to their environment.
I definitely agree with that. Okay. Created by the system we live in. Okay.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, your environment does choose what type of
people in certain situations that they feel like they have to do certain things to survive. People be in survival mode, so it be for the convenience, for the then and now, not for the long term. Because everything that people think about when they have their funds is the now. It's not okay. Let me buy and grow and tend to crops for months and.
No, that goes.
But I'm just saying any little thing, the thought process isn't there when it's not for everybody.
I understand. The here and now is always
because they don't have the knowledge for it.
The here and now is always great, but then every person, negative, positive, whatever, has always stopped and think, what choices I made that put me here in the here and now.
Some people do that, but some people make excuses. They don't necessarily do that. They be like, this is why I'm here, or you are why I'm here, or this happened, so this is why I'm going through this.
That's
Or
deflecting.
this. It may be, but you gotta understand, like I said, it's a mentality. So people do things because of the mentality, the state of mind that they're in. People feel like they have to steal because of the state of mind that they're in. People feel like they have to handle things a certain way from their experiences, from the state of mind that they're in. It's a mentality.
Yeah,
But just like you just said just a moment ago, there's many ways to skin a cat.
It is.
Many ways to do
it
different
is,
stuff.
but
So
you gotta have the mentality to be like, okay,
so
let me choose.
it's also a maturity too. So
You're right.
from that age, it has nothing to do with maturity. So
You're
that's why I
right.
said at what point in time do you evaluate like I do not like what I'm doing?
Whenever you're
Let me do
able,
something
capable, mature enough to change the mindset. You have to be able to change the mindset. If you're not able to change the mindset, you're not going to be able to change the actions.
You want to pull up and sit on the couch, Miss Lady?
Mindset is critical. Mindset is very critical. Because some people get taught, like I was saying earlier, just straight evil, that's their world. Like people like the Ku Klux Klans and, these cults and things like that.
That's
mindset is
hate.
very
Somebody else
critical because, it's trained. It's a train of thought. That's just like trained killers, snipers, and stuff like that. Mindset is very critical. So it's like I was saying, like a person protecting their child. If you get away with it, then you're going to be glad that you got away with it. But if you don't, you're going to feel like, okay, you got the short end of the stick because I'm doing something to protect my loved one. Even if it's your mama. Like, I was about to give an example of this dude doing, he just did 20 years for killing his sister's boyfriend.
Mm.
He probably thought that was a necessary evil, but now he's doing 20 years. Did it benefit him?
No.
Hell no.
Did he benefit his sister?
Hell no. Yeah, because they got a lot of money from it, but not really.
I just feel like
that's from your perspective, but as I was saying, what does a necessary evil, the necessary evils that we think about on average, does it really benefit everybody else or just it benefits ourselves?
So you feel like
he had to sacrifice his 20 years for his sister to live because she was probably in a bad situation.
We're doing it to benefit us.
9 times, yeah, exactly.
I was
It's
just
human. That's why I was like.
I was just gonna say, and a lot of the times, people don't even be fighting somebody else's battles for them. They be fighting somebody else's battles just because they're angry. It don't even be for the other person. A lot of the times, it be for them to get their own anger out. Like
that's even like when we was talking about stealing for your kids to eat. You doing that for somebody else, not really necessarily for yourself.
Because you're putting yourself at risk.
A lot of unnecessary evils are done on the behalf of others.
Yes.
But is it to benefit them? Another question.
Some people feel like it is, and some people feel like at the time it is. You know what I'm saying? While they're in it, they might not feel like that after the fact, but while they're in it, they'll be like, damn. I was doing this because of that. And after the fact, they be like, that shit wasn't worth it. But while they was in it, the mentality, they felt like it was the right thing to do at the time.
But if you didn't feel the right way afterwards, then there was some things that was missed before you did that.
Well.
So then you were just reacting off of emotion, like you said, the anger.
Exactly.
But
so it's the mentality. You got to be able to control the emotions. Yeah, what is a necessary evil thought?
All I know is
because it starts with a thought.
In the game and they get the best of them, they brothers gotta step in and be mad.
Hold on to that question and chime in. Does it even exist? It's a necessary evil thought.
Exactly. Does it even exist? Is it a necessary thought if it's evil?
anything bad. It could be bad, but evil is a whole different ballgame.
But it's a thought, like, is the thought necessary? Is the thought necessary to be evil? Basically, is what it's saying. Like, you're thinking, and you're thinking of whatever it is.
That's the human race, to be malicious. That's the first thing to do. It's not to be good. It's not to spit positivity at it. Like, first thing to do when somebody doesn't understand something is to kill it. That's the human race right there. We don't understand. Let's kill that motherfucker. Let's see its inside.
That's not even. That's not even the reason why they're killing it. They just killing it just because they feel like they can. They killing it because they angry. They don't even know why they killing. Motherfuckers is killing just because they have the access and the tools to be able to. That's it.
You feel like you protecting somebody.
I mean, you have those, but I'm just saying in situations like what you talking about, and people are like, oh, we don't understand, let's just kill. Nah, they really is killing for no reason.
And their head is justified though, like she said. You don't know their justification, you just see it's no reason, or you see it wasn't a serious enough reason in your head to say, I wouldn't have took it that far if it was me.
For them shooting people who don't have guns, that's not a serious situation. If that person don't have no gun and they not harming your life and they in the back and you shoot
the government
them in
did
the
it.
back, that's what I'm saying. That's my point.
They justified it, said it was
I'm not saying it's justified. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying
there's really no reason to it.
Exactly. Who the fuck said that they was right? Nobody said that.
Their reasoning behind it was we want to control the manufacturers. We want to control this shit, not the niggas. We blowing up Black Wall Street. They did it. Swept it under the rug too.
They don't talk about it right to this day.
Sure don't.
At all.
We bring it up, but they don't.
Exactly. But in their eyes, that was a necessary evil for their people, for their kind, moving forward in a business, in the industry. You see how necessary evil could do good for one person, one set of group of people, and
that's the way of
worse for the
others. That's the way of the world too, though, because
so
it's just
that's the contradiction.
When you think about it, it's a lot of people that are, you know what I'm saying, really paying for just certain people to live, to be okay. See?
I didn't catch what else he wrote.
He said, we could do it, we just want to do it the way they do it. He's not going to chime in.
Oh, he's not going to chime in?
He's not going to chime in. Yeah. Which you should chime in. You should jump on the video.
That's why it's called 2 cents on the dollar. We want to hear it, not just squint our eyes and try to read the 2 cents. We want to hear it out of the horse's mouth. You don't got to introduce yourself. Take off all the lights. You don't want to be seen. But speak your truth. Speak your truth. That's the only time things are going to change. It's the only time a light bulb is going to go off in somebody else's head. You don't know who else you might touch. This podcast is about opening eyes and making better people.
Why he just don't do the down direct deposit?
Oh, direct deposit always good.
Right.
Put my info in. Let me get that.
Straight to my account.
Look, if somebody send it to you, would you send it back?
Hell no.
Depending if I know. If I knew him, then I'm sending it back. If I didn't know him and I was going through some things, if I knew him and I going through some things, I'm sorry. If I didn't know him and I was going through some things, you know what? At this point, my child is more important.
Oh my, you hear that? He got unnecessary evil.
I don't know you, man. I'm sorry. It don't happen to me before. This is called karma. It come back full circle. I'm just getting my money back.
Yo. What's going on? How you doing today?
evil?
Yep.
Exactly. Yes, it is.
Okay, what's going on? How
I'm
you
human at the
doing?
end of the day.
Welcome to 2 cents on the dollar. You sound like
I'm
you.
just saying, like, ain't nobody told me what a necessary evil actually is.
So he gave an example of a necessary evil, and he's basically saying, what he feel like a necessary evil is doing something that will either for you or for a people, benefit a people or benefit you. Like, do you do something that's evil to someone else or to a community or to whoever to benefit you or to benefit a group of people around you?
Okay, so what I did was, I guess I just put in the word necessary. Like, you can't do that necessary for yourself.
You said what?
Say that one more time.
For somebody else.
Yeah, if you're doing something necessary, it's for somebody else. And if it's evil, how do we justify? Is evil bad or is it evil like wicked? You know what I'm saying? Because you got the people who are hard, like you said, y'all was saying earlier, you got the people who are hardwired to violence and you got the people who are hardwired to peace.
Right. So you got the people that do like malicious intent with their mouth and they don't necessarily do damage physically, and then you have those who actually do physical harm. You have those who actually go out their way to do damage. But either way, it's damage being done.
Okay, so as long as some type of damage,
Say that one more time.
so as long as some type of necessary damage is being done.
As long as it's necessary damage being done.
Needed damage is what you're saying. Needed damage.
Needed damage. Is there any possible way that you feel like you have ever had to or experienced needed damage? Stealing to survive, or what you felt like, or whatever the case may be, needed damage.
The first thing I thought, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I heard of necessary damage, it was the movie John Q. Like if I was ever put in a situation like that, I consider that necessary damage. That's a necessary evil. You know?
That is a perfect
You
example.
don't need to.
That is a perfect example.
What example did he give?
He said John Q. When he went and he took over,
Okay,
over that hospital for his son because they was on
Right.
that bullshit waiting list. Yeah.
Right.
And he had to save his kid and he went to jail.
That's
Nobody
right.
was harmed,
Exactly.
but he went to jail at the end of the day. But his son was
It's all right, he
saved. But
did
his
what
son
he
was
needed to
saved.
do. So as long as the damage was done, but he did what he needed to do.
He went to jail.
Yeah, he went to jail.
He went to jail.
So other than that, I don't see any necessary evil. Like even if you're starving, like you can basically eat dirt.
Who want to eat dirt?
Don't nobody want to eat dirt, but don't nobody want to starve to death either. You know?
That's why they gonna steal something that of substance to them.
I'm gonna say this. I look at the Africans over there, and I look at people with no legs, and I see stuff all the time that let me know my situation ain't that bad. You know?
You got a strong mindset.
I just look at the world around me, brother.
But I'm just telling you, what it is. Everybody don't have that.
Not looking at that. They don't look at the world around them and see that.
They don't have the same eyes you do.
There's trauma that's worse than theirs around them. They see the trauma that they're in, and they're trying to climb out of that trauma. They don't care about anybody else's trauma.
Life is an ink block test. Whatever you see on that ink block, I'm not gonna see on it. I'm gonna see something different, unless I'm the same crazy. Huh?
What if somebody rapes your daughter?
What if somebody raped your daughter?
Oh, I'm glad I'm going to jail because I already know I'm doing something malicious. I ain't going to confront to you. I'll be back though. That's all I'm gonna say, because I'm gonna plead insanity. Because you don't know, because what I'm gonna do, they're gonna be like, this nigga had to snap. Yes, I did.
That's gonna be justifiable for you, right?
That's what I said, yeah. I know my justifiable evils that I'm capable and will go through with. Pertaining to what? I absolutely do.
Yeah.
That's another solution to that too, man.
Nah, death.
You gotta kill him. You can torture him so they forget his name, but you gotta be real good about it.
Oh no, I'm not gonna kill him off rip. Like I said, the thing I can't even tell you what I'm gonna do because I don't want to get traced back to the show. Just know.
But it's gonna be
necessary. It's gonna be some suffering too. That's a little personal, but it's gonna be necessary for what I'm gonna do.
So does it have a little personal on it?
I just said that. I said some of the malicious acts will be personal.
A lot of them are.
Most of them.
That's why when you see these people that go in these specific places and shoot them up, they're with intent. They're personal places. They're personal reasons why they went into these specific places to do what they did.
And that personal intent is really what decides how messed up the situation really is.
Yep.
Because intent is everything. You can have good intentions, you can have bad intentions. Both could yield something great.
Say that again.
When is it crossing the line?
Hell, it depends on who it is. You can be crossing the line to anybody. Everybody has their own different standard of what crossing the line is. You know what I'm saying? Some people could feel just like you have. Some people could feel like it's justified, and they standing on your side like, yes, free, such and such, such and such. Other people like, no, hang them. You know, it just all depends on.
I think Kendall was asking us, can y'all whatever that noise is? I think Kendall was asking us a two-part question. Like, who does it benefit, us or the government?
Nah, I said us or everybody else around you, like your community, your friend circle, your family. Majority of the time, I believe it benefits yourself in nowadays terms.
Yeah,
most necessary evils nowadays are personal bad intent.
Most definitely.
And justified through emotion.
It's about how you go about it. If John Q is a necessary evil.
Well, you tell me what kind of craziness was going through the mama and daughter head that chopped up and grilled their grandma.
Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling what the grandmama did to them. It's
nothing necessary. In our eyes, there's nothing necessary in that. But in their head, that's what they decided and went through with.
Were they getting beat? Were they being abused?
We don't.
Mama and daughter for a grandma. This girl was grown. They were both grown and damn well. The daughter looked a little older, but she wasn't fully grown. But the mama was grown. The mama was grown.
Yes.
They chopped up and grilled the grandma. The mama and daughter.
The grandmother.
That sounds mental. That don't sound like this.
Exactly.
That's what I'm asking. I'm like, what?
Mental illnesses.
In their head, they think that was necessary. That made no sense.
But then Kendall, you also have people that be like, the voices in my head told me to do it. So you got to understand that as well. You got people out here that really do have a mental problem. I'm not saying that, that's exactly what they're saying.
You don't listen to friends and family, but you're going to listen to a disembodied voice?
It was an example. It was an example.
I'm like, yeah, all right, appreciate that, bro. I'm about to go shoot up the whole block. My family been telling me I've been doing good, and I've been doing this, and I'm making money. I'm about to go shoot up the block.
It was an example of an unstable mind because you have people who feel like that they should do malicious things because of whatever it is that they're going through in life. I don't know why. That's just the thought that they have. You have crazy people out there.
Here's the thing.
You need a psychologist on here for that.
They do malicious stuff, but they don't want malicious stuff done to them.
Exactly.
I can see that as one aspect.
It's so suspicious they know they're doing evil, right? Or am I tripping?
Oh yeah, they know.
Nah, I mean, in some cases, yeah, you're right. I ain't going with front. You're right.
All the wrong
But you got some people that don't care that the evil act. What you say?
I said all the rob boys want to rob, but they don't want to be robbed, and they'll rob you.
Of course, because they robbing for what? A come up.
Mm-hmm.
They robbing for a come
I
up.
don't know what they robbing for.
Some people don't know what they robbing for.
Well, most robbers
I would
rob
like to
because
think.
they don't want to stay at the bottom. They don't stay at the bottom. They is on the come up.
I think that's the whole purpose of I don't know. I don't know why a motherfucker would go out there and rob. All I know is the whole basic thought of robbing somebody is a come up, to come up. So
it's the lazy route. It's like the what is it, that wasp the ant, that one little movie shit. The wasp made the ants work and stuff like that, and they came and took most of their food.
Oh yeah, the ant movie.
Yeah, so it's just like that. Breeders think like that because they're too lazy to get their own shit. They're just gonna take your shit.
Of course.
I'm glad I didn't listen to whole podcast. I'm not believe this time or whatever.
Thank you for joining us.
All right then, babe.
Next Tuesday at 7. Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to light, because there are many angles to this. It's not one type of way you can look at this. But we can all agree that a majority of the time in today's modern life, all necessary evils are really unnecessary because it doesn't benefit nobody but the person who's actually doing the evil act.
Yeah, because it be from their emotions. Most people act from their emotions. It's not a logical thought
crazy.
A lot of the time.
It's just crazy.
An emotional thought. It's an emotional action.
It's 2023 and we still hear that people are shooting their boyfriends and girlfriends at each other and then killing themselves.
But 50% of women die from the hands of their lovers anyway. That's been a statistic for the long. Huh?
See, that's a program. You see how y'all popping off them numbers and popping off with that?
That's exactly. That's what. But you gotta let me finish my statement. It's for.
No, you good. I like the passion.
But yeah, that's basically what I was saying as far as what people like to put out there, what they like to tell you, what they want you to believe, and what they want you to hear. They're gonna put it out there how they want you to see it. You know, and you go that malicious intent. And just like the news tell you what they want you to see. They tell you what they want you to hear. They put out there pieces of stories. They put together certain things before they air it. Nothing is really live. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're in a world where everything can kind of be portrayed to be something else.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Good talking.
We know it, man. I mean, it's obvious. But we in the age of robots pretending to do other stuff. Your phone is always listening to you. TV can listen to you. Game can listen to you.
Yeah, last week I was a treat.
We're fooling ourselves. Yeah, we're fooling ourselves thinking we're not in the age of robots pretending to be stuff. So that's where we are. And like, we on social media and all that. And I mean, it's like I said, it's like a programming, man. Like the news, if you look at the news clips, you'll see like 50 different news channels had the same statement, the same way about the same news. Like, that's not how news works. You're supposed to have contradicting stories. You're supposed to get sources from different people in the area. You know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to be all of them are super coordinated. And then they put us on social media. What do they show us? They show us Blueface and Krishan and Kanye gets some head on the boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
But that's the thing, and that's the wild part, because usually only in America the television and the media that gets thrown at us is all the negative. You go to another country, you don't really see this. They gotta actually search this out. They gotta search out the infecting ass type of media, because all they're getting is educational movement of community type stuff over there. Their commercials, their cartoons, they be on a different level.
Yeah, they food.
In other countries. Oh yeah, their food be. Most of our American food is banned in other countries. So what is the necessary evil in feeding this to us? Because even with all,
It's cheap.
it's cheap. We print our own money.
But yet we're in debt. So how does that work?
Good point.
Oh, okay.
Good
We're
point.
talking about the government now.
Good point.
That's
Touche.
all I'm saying.
We're really in debt because we keep taking in more than we export.
Well,
We importing everything from everywhere rather than exporting our goods to them. Nobody wants what we got other than our clothes, if that.
The government ain't gonna do nothing super beneficial for the people.
they're not. Because for what? They like for what? They like, why change it when it ain't when it's been like this for.
That's why they brought up charges on Trump ass. It was like, oh no, you tripping.
Man, they better leave them alone when they bring all their secrets out.
They gonna kill him off before that happens, bro.
They're gonna leave Trump alone, man.
They gonna kill him off, and then before that happens, they gonna say, "I'm sorry, here's a check."
Leave Trump alone.
If they kill Trump, it's gonna be hit. I don't. Everybody will be hit.
They ain't worried about that.
I don't know why everybody think Trump is a joke. Trump had Trump towers in other countries before he was the president.
Yeah.
He was on talk shows firing motherfuckers before he was the president. The only reason he wanted to be the president is because The Rock said he will never be the president.
Yeah, and that nigga said,
Watch me.
if I become the president, I'm gonna become a Republican. He said, because they believe everything they see on the list. That's what he
I don't
said.
like him, but I don't know why.
But that's what I say. I can't say nothing, man. I was like, I don't like him either on what he stands for, but that man, he did put a lot to light. He did put a lot to light.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. He exposing them.
I don't know.
Whoever is standing for him, I don't think he was like. It's like what was the YouTuber that had PlayStation 5 giveaway that turned into a riot or something? He had to go to jail. You can't control the people who stand for you. You know what I'm saying? You can have some control over the people that stand by you in your circle, but the people who stand for you outside their circle, you don't have no control over
You
that.
damn sure don't. And you don't have no control over how they stand for you. You don't. Just like when you watch You, if you ever watch the show You and how he killed those people and he be like, I did this for you, I did this for your life and to benefit you and to make sure that you grow. But how he did that shit was antagonizing to that. It was really hurtful and crazy to the person that was receiving, like, bro, you killing all my family members, like, you feel like you helping me. Like, that shit is weird. So what happens when the person who is supposed to be for you starts to do damage that's not necessarily for you?
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think you can ever have a necessary evil that want to turn into a necessary evil for somebody else. Because your necessary evil is gone. You're gonna have to step on somebody. I mean, you're always going to have to step on somebody.
That's what happens.
But they say that's the only way to the top.
No, that ain't, come on, baby. No.
We talking shit.
That ain't the only way to the top.
Of course we talking shit.
The truth is not, okay, we laugh at Mexicans that get out of the car 20 deep, 15 deep. But if everybody that put 5 up on the tank, well, it's $75 to $80 on there. That tank is full. They all on the same plan. They all come in the store together. One person paying the bill that month. And for the 12 months, you got 12 different people that can pay that bill that month. They can save up for the entire bill of money. They do stuff like that. They'll go into a house 20 deep
you know what though? I'ma chime in. I want to chime in right there because a lot of the time, when I listen to especially black men talk to other black men, um, they're kind of taught not to ride like that. They're taught not to go into pants. They're taught not to, even though now when they grow up and how they hang and what they do when they get old enough to do what they want to do, they do what they do. But in a sense, they're taught not to ride 4 or 5 deep in a car. You know what I'm saying? Because why? It's easier for you to be targeted. You're targeted. We are not the same. We are not them. The leeways that they get, we don't receive. So certain things that happen, even with a car full of women, they see a car full of women. A car full of women is all well and fine until one woman decides she want to act irate, and then they're gonna treat all the women in the car like niggas. Especially,
I mean, okay. See, that's another thing, right? A difference in that too. Even if they got the music playing, they kicking whatever mama people music they kicking. When we doing the same thing, we bouncing around the car, niggas jumping up, the back of the car, bouncing up and down, reverse or whatever you doing, you on the straight easy road. They make them bouncing up the car. I mean, they're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? When a kitchen comes to their stuff, it's because somebody's looking, like they're looking like a hawk to find, like, oh, they got 8 people in this car. It's not because of what they were doing, or, it's ways to get away from stuff. I mean, it's
been plenty of times where it was exactly what they were doing that got them in trouble. It's been plenty of times where it's been 3, 4, 5 monkeys in a truck doing donuts in the middle of the street where I've seen it. When police is just chasing them down the street. It's been plenty of times. But the repercussions that they get be different. It be different.
Theirs isn't content. It's not content. Theirs is not content. That's the difference. Theirs is not content. Let's be honest. Theirs is not content.
That's the good old boy thing. Their cops are not gonna try to ruin their own people's lives. That's not for them. That's where you're talking about the white privilege and they got the head start and everything.
We can go deeper than that. Our gang, you have a gang of boys that are run their own neighborhood.
No, definitely.
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel?
That's the difference.
How you feel?
Because it's been done.
Okay. I used to know some young, I can give $50. He's gonna shoot the block up in his own neighborhood. And he's supposed to be in a gang from that neighborhood. This is your neighborhood. Ain't that like they're supposed to go down in your neighborhood?
Okay, yeah, the shooting, that's the extreme, but I'm just saying, like, white people do vandalism, they kill too, and they don't know what
I don't know. Gangs used to be different too, man. So we can't even really speak on that because this is the last of a dying breed.
I just feel like as a people, we all have, because I don't necessarily know about the shootings of neighborhoods and who will shoot that neighborhood up, but I just feel like as a people, we all have those people who are just mentally distracted from whatever it is that they feel emotional, whether it's a race war or whether it's a emotional detachment from the world because people feel lonely or detached or left behind or whatever the case may be, the reason why they lash out and want to kill people from a loss, from them losing someone or someone being killed or whatever. But I just feel like we all have those people in the world who have those mental breakdowns or mental points where they can't handle their own thoughts they can't handle their own emotions, and it causes them to do whatever actions is leading to, you know, their brain and their thoughts at the time. Because they out there, every race, I don't give a fuck what race you is, however you want to slice it. You know, it's whether they feel like it's justifiable or not.
Like, gangs was set up against the police back in the day, if you want to go deep. And the police wasn't for the community. They were part of it. I was like, the police in itself had their own gang, which was the KKK, which policed the lower form for the race to move forward. That's why we set up gangs, to protect the neighborhoods. And then the whole movement, the whole idea
It was flipped,
was flipped.
as usual.
Yeah, it was flipped and made it a colors and neighborhood thing.
I'm gonna say this. You say some people don't believe they at war, and some people don't believe they at war. I'm gonna say this on a numbers standpoint. I think some big Gregory said something similar. But if you look at the numbers, the white man is fighting extinction. We might not be fighting extinction, but we don't have birth rate problems. Like, even if there's all types of complications, 9 times out of 10, that kid get born. You know what I'm saying? You don't have you can have it, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to get at least one kid. Some people, they've been trying their whole life since they was 18. They might be 36 now. They still ain't had no kids. No even possibility of a kid. You know what I'm saying? So, what does that even look like in a gene pool? We don't even have to look at numbers like that, but they do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a difference of perspective.
And you're thinking that we're not fighting extinction, but we actually are. Regardless if we have the numbers or not, they already figured it out. Infiltrate us, take our women, take us out the picture, and raise the kids like them.
But that's still not going to eliminate the problem that
they still gonna be black in their eyes, but in the scientific, they're still gonna be black. They're still gonna be black. But regardless of the fact, their ideas and the way that they oppress and everything else will never die. They're creating a new...
I can't necessarily say that because I've seen so many of them go through this phase of being brought up one way and then treated another way once they hit the world. So it's a slap in the face when they were taught, oh, this is the right way, this is life, this is what it's going to be like, this is who you are, whatever the case may be, and then life smacked them in the face because other people, their color, their parents' color, see them our color. They don't see them their color. They don't give a fuck. So then when they hit with that, it becomes a rebellion because a lot of them, if you talk to a lot of them, even now, if you talk to a lot of them, because I listen to the way, I be around in stores listening to the way old people talk to their grandchildren. Older people talk to their grandchildren. They do not care for a lot of them.
Repeat that, they don't what?
They don't care for it. They don't care for how they talk to them and how they treat them when they are swirly.
I've heard that. I've seen it. I've actually witnessed it. But I've also witnessed the other side where they try to...
Oh, most definitely.
Try to renounce their black side.
Exactly. And they say,
I'm not like that.
I've had a friend tell me, well, she wasn't a friend, but I've had an acquaintance tell me, she had an acquaintance tell me that she didn't date black men. She was a black woman. She didn't date black men because black men did not know how to treat her. That is what she said. She said, growing up, she dated men of other races, and she tried to date black men, and they never knew how to talk to her, and they never knew how to treat her. So she don't want to date black men.
See, the counter to that is, did you date all black men?
No, of course not. Of course not. Of course not. But we already know this.
She chose to fuck with one shoe.
Yeah, street nigga.
There you go. But there you go. That's their mentality. It's the mentality.
I don't know.
It's the mentality.
It takes two to tango, especially with the relationship.
There you go.
or situation.
And then a lot of times out of 10, you attract who you are. So I have no idea.
Y'all talk about some serious topics.
My bad, man. My bad. I gotta get y'all attention. I gotta get the attention from y'all, man.
Yeah, did nobody want to jump in the live
No,
Tuesday?
yeah, nobody want to
Maybe
talk about
Tuesday,
certain
I
things
was
that we
telling
really
him-
need to talk about.
I was telling him about the live about Tuesday, and I was like, "Would you have jumped in?" He's like, "Nope." Mm-mm.
Why?
Cause you gotta let the other freak out, and then when you do that let some energy out, and then at some point
I understand the energy, but that's
you can't just talk about that energy and not pull it up. You know what I'm saying?
storing all that energy does not make you strong. Releasing it and able to recharge your own energy, which makes you strong.
That's a lie.
Nah.
I'm gonna tell you.
Nah.
Holding on to that shit gives you at least 30 days.
This said 30 days. This nigga said 30 days.
Listen, hold on to it to the point where you think you smell when they pass by you.
No,
Think
no,
you
no, I was
smell
good
it.
to
You know
you,
what I'm saying? Listen to, I'm telling you, it put a beast in you. It put a primal nature inside you.
I get it, but like I said, it's only a question. Yes, you gotta be honest with yourself. Everybody has boundaries. That's why I had to say it. Everybody has some boundaries. Well, some people have some people got some boundaries. Hey, I got boundaries. I tell you, I got some boundaries. I was like, but
look, that's what we had a conversation about that too. I was like,
certain places I'm not going. Certain places I don't want you to go. Yeah, but we didn't say put your whole playbook. We didn't say put your whole playbook out there. We just asked, what is a boundary of yours?
I ain't gonna even lie. I'm pushing the
That's
limits.
it.
I'm asking all the questions. I'm pushing the limits.
So I say, my boundary, don't bring me in the booty hole. So she can grab your cheek. You know what I'm saying? That's the setup. Right. That's the setup.
Cause you know that's the first thing I'ma say. You already know. I'm glad you know.
I mean, but we already know what the setups are.
Cause I'ma show me
Yo, you gotta plead the fifth. You gotta be able to plead the fifth. That's what, look, you gotta say on this show, learn how to say your piece and then click off fast. That's all you gotta do. Say your 2 cents and then click off fast. Save yourself. That's all it is. It's just like you gotta be able to be honest with yourself because this is a show to be honest. It's not a safe place, but trust me, it's not a safe place for us either. We're gonna be honest with you.
necessary.
We're gonna be honest with you. The more honesty that comes out, in people.
Honesty is a necessary evil.
The strength as a whole,
need that shit.
the strength as a people we will become. Because I'm trying to tell you, the hardest thing for people to do is to be honest. Because half the time they don't want to take their own mask off.
I don't want that.
I think it's the opposite. It's harder to keep fucking lying.
Hell yeah, you ain't lied. Let me tell you.
You'd be surprised.
I'm a bad liar.
Just because you're a bad liar don't make everybody a bad liar.
You're right.
Because some people have been born to do this shit.
I don't know. Look, I'm a bad liar because I don't have the energy to keep up with the lie that I told you. And 9 times out of 10, I'm not even gonna remember the lie that I told you when I told it to you. So
there's you.
There's no point for me to.
There's 10 million other people out there that can keep it up.
I know, but I'm just saying because I've watched how murders happen and people plot stories and how they hold on to shit. And I've watched a lot of things happen and unfold, and I see how people lie for years and years and hold on to stories for years. Believe me, I've even been into certain families where I've watched certain shit unfold and we're like, damn, y'all had on that shit for my goddamn 15 years. Y'all didn't tell nobody to watch up with your ass. But anyway, beyond that, I can't do that shit.
So if you tell a lot for so long, you start to believe it. After 30 days, that's just a habit. After a year, that's your life.
Hey.
That's an event in your life.
Exactly.
So, like you said, like we was talking about before,
can't.
Some people just was born in that shit and that's all they know. That's all they know. So it's crazy, but it is.
Some people do that shit for attention.
Yeah.
They tell lies for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want to be seen. They want somebody to pay attention to them. It's like people don't know how to be by themselves. And then when they're not getting the attention that they want, they'll do anything for it. And people do anything for attention. So yeah, people do that for attention. Most definitely.
Well, them 2 cents on the dollar. What is your necessary evil?
Most definitely.
In your mind, what is a necessary evil? Chime in on the live. I'm not squinting to read anything. Just to let you know. I see my live, they be scared.
Look, I see.
I be running off people in my
If
life.
not, jump on YouTube.
I might have to.
2 cents on the dollar. You can chime in on YouTube. Hmm?
Y'all got a list of what the necessary evils that we came up with?
I don't know what I feel like a necessary evil would be until I'm actually in the act of having to do the necessary evil. That's what I feel like. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
And I feel like a necessary evil is premeditated. It's premeditated.
Okay.
Not all the time, because like situations where
That's where the
like
necessary
situations-
comes into.
like
That's where the necessary
situations
comes
where that lady had a home invasion and her kids was locked in that house and she had to figure out how to get her kids out of that fucking house. The
It's
necessary
not an evil. That's just a protecting yourself.
okay.
That's not.
But the
You're
way
getting attacked.
The way she wasn't necessarily getting attacked. They had took over her home and she just wanted to get her kids out of the house.
What's it?
So
took over your home. That's
Yeah.
an invasion.
it is an invasion.
Okay.
But they wasn't
Die. It does
Right.
not necessary
I mean,
evil. It's just I'm protecting what's mine. You came in here. You're invading my space. My children are here.
That's a necessary evil. You're killing them because you feel like they've invaded your space. That's a necessary evil. That's just like my mom asking you that question earlier and your response, and you feeling like that's a necessary evil.
That was for rape. That was for rape.
Okay, this is for invasion.
Right, okay.
This is for invasion. So what's the difference? They did an invasion and they did a rape. So what's the difference? It's still an act of violence. It's still an act of violence.
In terms of the law, they say you come to my house like kid.
It don't matter. It's still an act of violence.
If you survive, you be able to sue.
That's the law. We talking about in general as human nature. Period. It's an act of violence.
And human nature.
Period.
Human
It's
nature
act
was
of violence.
mother protecting her young.
It don't matter. It's still an act of violence. That's just like you protecting your daughter.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Did y'all see The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Some of it.
I know that personal to my heart because it was said that I'm ATL, but he
Shouts
had
out,
to
shouts
say, some of the decisions that had to be made. Okay, that was the thing where Rick he met the wild dude and him and his son, and the dude's about to raise his son. The necessary evil he basically turned into was to basically bite this dude's neck off to keep this man from violating his son.
Did he do it at that moment?
He literally put a chunk.
Yeah.
At the moment,
Right. Right. That was at that moment. Necessary evil.
And then the necessary evil always happens between the person and the person.
Does it have to? I don't know. Does it have to? I don't think so.
Not really, actually. If the damage you've done affects people, not just necessarily have to kill them.
A business.
Yeah, if it financially hurts them or anything like that's also an evil. You did something to the finances which in turn damage somebody.
Right here, right? Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just go ahead. Go what you was gonna say.
So, okay, think about this. Your success or your show is predicated on the demise of somebody else's.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like,
That's what the evil comes in. It's always a demise of somebody else.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, it's a system that we live in, man. It ain't got nothing to do with us. If we could get what was necessary, I think a lot of us would do that. And we weed out the bad people in that process. But because of the system that we got, it pits us against each other. It's just the system that we're in, everything that we say maybe evil or potentially, somebody can find some type of necessary in it and make it a necessary. You see what I'm saying? In the system that we use.
Okay.
Because in the system that we in, we can literally come up with if you come up with a crime that they never convicted or they never thought of, they have to make a law and make it a crime in order to convict you.
Yep.
That's the type of system that we live in. So if you smart enough to come up with a crime they haven't thought of and do it, you ain't gonna get convicted of it. You ain't come up with a lot of convictions for it.
Exactly.
Pretty much. That's where all this stuff started from. Everything, damn near.
Yeah, because they was out here doing what the fuck they wanted to do.
That's how they stole America and then wrote the laws so you can't do it back to them.
Of course. That's exactly what happened.
That was hilarious.
Right here with smallpox on it.
That's some pimping for you.
That's right.
That is some pimping. That's some real.
But I would love to talk to them pimps back then, boy. Y'all are the greatest, boy. I swear y'all the greatest.
Uncle Tom. So let me tell you.
Ain't nobody pimping more than him, boy. Ain't nobody selling more drugs in the pharmaceutical company. I just watched that Painkiller series. I'm like, boy, did not stop a thing. Did not stop a thing.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you. They don't care. They like, we gonna get you whatever way we can. We gonna get you. We gonna get you addicted. We gonna get you addicted.
Either addicted or put in jail, or both.
Or that. Or we gonna make you gay. One of the others. We gonna do it however we gonna do it. We gonna feed it to you. However we need to feed it to you.
We gonna stop your race by any means necessary.
But it's impossible. It's impossible. It's
not if y'all want to
literally
live.
impossible.
Not if y'all want to live. It's
Because how can you knock off an origin?
But why do you think in most I know I'm going towards movies and stuff like that and sci-fi. But most futuristic settings in movies.
Right, now.
How many black people do you see?
What you mean? What you saying?
And how old are they?
Super old.
Or super young?
Yeah.
Where
One or the other.
One or the other. They're either dying out or having to adopt the environment that they're around at the time because they're young. They could be molded. And that's damn near all futuristic setting movies because they already foresee that that's their future, a future with less of us and ones that they can control.
Yeah, because that's why if you look at the nation and how things are happening now, that's why they're getting more rebellious. They're getting more out of hand. They're getting more. These kids, they don't give a fuck. They don't have a home. They're not holding on to shit. You hear me? It's gonna get to a point to where they don't.
Necessary evils are getting younger and younger.
But when I tell you, they're not holding on to shit.
Younger.
They're not holding on to shit. They ready. They gonna go. They ready. They ready for any little thing. They're ready. And it's just like it's getting worse at that to that capacity to where these motherfuckers will be at war. and they will not give a fuck. They like, my mama and dad and them was scared, but we ain't scared because we don't give a fuck. And that's where they going. That's exactly where the fuck they going.
Welcome
they
to
don't care.
On the Dolla.
They really don't. They have this mentality like, bro, we'll die for hours. And how are they born like this? Because it's really a whole generation. If you look at the generation, these motherfuckers really just don't give a fuck. They don't care. And it's literally a generation where they like, bro, we'll die for hours. We don't care. We'll die for this over here. We don't care.
Another one gonna spring up just like me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll do what we gotta do. It's no problem.
That's the thing. What do they die?
Even if they don't know,
they don't even know what they're dying for. They are ready.
That's the
but it's
problem.
up to us. It's up to us to tell them, not even tell them, to really direct them in the path on why are they like this and why are they dying for this.
They don't know why they ain't.
Asking that question to stir your knee will get a gun pulled on you. Why you want to know, old head? You want to know now? You want to know now? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say then? No, I don't want to know now. You don't want to know. Sometimes wanting to know can just get you killed.
Oh, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Gonna do like real close. Like I mean, I hate that's what really like you want to say something. And then if you do find one that's genuine, you can find one that's 20 times the evil of that genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you
yeah.
just don't care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they angry, and they just be angry. And a lot of times they don't even know why they angry. They don't even know what a anger or what a hurt stem from. They just literally just be mad. And when people take the time out to really focus on why they're actually upset and what is causing them pain on a daily basis, and they actually figure out whether or not they can get over that hurdle or not, 9 times out of 10 they can. But because they're so caught up on continuously putting the negative and continuously being angry every day, because when you practice something, like you say, every day, so when you practice anger every single day, that's what you're going to give every day. That's what they're giving, because that's what they practice. Oh, they mad at the world. Everything is against them. Kids running away because their parents taking cell phones. Like, come on now, bro. They're mad over nothing. Nothing.
I mean, they not just running away about them taking the cell phones, but people just got killed about.
Oh yeah, they killing them. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Overplay. Killing your parents.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff.
Killing your parents.
And now, how you gonna pay the bill?
We never would have thought of that.
Now, how you gonna pay the bill after you kill your parents for your cell phone? Oh, now you going to jail. Oh, so who's gonna send you commissary money? Who's gonna give you money for a cell phone in jail?
Not the parent.
Just not the parent. you wrong for that. Too soon. Too soon.
That shit's insane.
Bro, listen, it's not soon enough. See, that's another thing.
Exactly. It's never too soon.
Stepping in front of the TV, I'm gonna tell you, okay. We were thinking about subliminal messaging coming through the TV when the TV was hooked up to a cable and you had a dial tone and shit.
Yeah.
The stuff
Appreciate you, cousin.
Across the screen now, they know the tones that'll set off certain emotions in your mind. They know the colors that will trigger your eyes to have you have certain thoughts. They know the words. The way to put them together to make you think about getting hungry. It's all types of stuff they tell us they can do. And you think they're not using it?
Of course they are.
Yeah. These kids These kids using iPads right out the womb.
Bro, that's a problem.
I don't get it. I'm like, how'd you find?
You get it?
I'm like, how'd you find that show? How'd you find that show?
Look, my mama talking about.
My kid's iPad and phone is locked away somewhere right now.
She said, y'all gonna get chipped.
Man, you know how hard it was for the doctor to put a needle in me? We gonna be fighting.
We
gonna be fighting. I'm like, you know how hard it was for them to do that shit?
They're gonna put your ass to sleep. And
I don't like needles. Yeah, let's see it. Okay, I wake up sore. I'm coming right to the nearest health clinic. The ways of hell. Necessary evil. Get this chip out of me, or there's gonna be some problems.
You ain't gonna even know it's there.
I'm gonna know.
They thought it was a necessary evil to allow us to tell us about that vaccine too.
Boy, what? They sure did, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that was wild.
They lied
That
about
was
it.
wild. I was told that I was healthy as an ox, and then the next conversation was, let me bring my colleague in here and talk about this COVID shot and the booster and its benefits. I was like, you just told me I'm not dying and I'm healthy and I'm great. And,
now you want to give me
a vaccine shot.
Yeah, wow. I'm good.
I was like, you know what?
I'm
straight on that.
I'm straight.
I'm straight on that. I don't need that.
I've been survived.
Just give me my walking paper so I can go. But it was wild. It was actually uncomfortable after hearing you're healthy, and then now you want to bring in a whole nother colleague doctor to sit me down and talk about something that I don't need. That was wild.
Well, they're trying to sell it. It's called upselling.
As far as manipulating nature goes, they'll never be able to kill us through manipulating nature. Especially the black people or colored people in America.
That's
they
right.
have roots back to slavery and the Indians. They'll never be able to kill us. I'm gonna tell you why. Think about how the ones that got over here survived. Mm-hmm. They were laying in the fecal matter, the dead body material, the seawater of their current, but they survived all that. Even if they got sick, they recovered, they survived all that. And then even after all that, they had to stand in the sun. Even though it wasn't beneficial for them, it's the DNA is like, and we talking about skin cancer and stuff, black people, I mean, mad at black people talking about skin cancer. Think about all the black people who so I really just want to smack black people because we don't know our power. Like the black person in America is so hard to eliminate. Y'all have the best of the best genes in the world. Y'all got the genes from the root that survived the worst predicament for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Hundreds of years.
Yeah. That's another reason why I don't dabble in a lot of bullshit when it comes down to doing medicines and practicing the ways of the world when it comes down to, healing yourself. Because I already know that the body heals itself. Everything is meant to operate in a way. Everything is meant to operate. They be trying to take everything out. Oh, we can just take your tonsils. No, good. I'll keep them. They were here for a reason. Look, I don't care if I get tonsillitis once a year. Y'all gonna motherfucking come. We gonna motherfucking cut these bitches open and drain them every year. They gonna heal like how they supposed to heal, and I'm gonna keep it pushing because they heal properly. I don't know what to say. If it is what it is, then that's just what it is. I don't know. But you're not taking no parts in me, even down to my pancreas. They tried to take my pancreas out. Like, no, you can't have my pancreas. I need it. What the fuck I need it for? You want me to tell you? I couldn't tell you what the fuck I need it for.
It's a piece of meat. I want to keep it a piece of meat.
I know that it do something that it's supposed to do and to function properly, everything as a whole. And if it needs to heal, it's going to properly heal itself. And I know that. And I don't need you to take shit out of my body.
Welcome to 2 cents on the dollar.
Nah. Then
what
I also think about, and maybe it's a fear of mine too, is because once you start cutting on me, putting me to sleep and cutting on me, you taking out whatever you want to take out. And I'm good. Let me die with all my organs. Let me die the way I was meant to die. Let me die the way the Lord intended. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel. Don't cut me up and then take my organs out.
Doctors be too happy to cut you open sometimes. I'm like, would you?
It's not functioning properly. Like, you know what's so crazy?
What you happy for, man? I'm about to go into surgery. What you?
I got my tooth taken out because supposedly the tooth was going to kill me. And I fainted, everything, lost consciousness, everything. You could feel the blood filling up, everything. All of that. But now, the trauma from the surgery that I've had, the long-term trauma from it, I can feel the difference in me not having the tube much more than I can feel before I started going through the pain and before it burst, before it started giving me pain. I tell you, I feel it way worse now that it's gone. So why would I want you to take any other parts of me so I can feel worse? Like, nah, I'm good. It's meant to be that, because when it's missing, something's not functioning properly, and it's other body parts having to do work that it wasn't intended to do. I'm good. I keep my body parts as long as I can.
It was good chatting with y'all. My phone about to die.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Every Tuesday and Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m.
Go subscribe on
man.
YouTube.
2 cents on the dollar.
I'm gonna send you. A matter of fact, the link in my bio.
Share and subscribe. Share and subscribe.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess it is a few. I guess it is a few necessary evils out there when you think about it. You know, it's a few things that people feel like they should have to do in certain situations. What, you know, I don't know. I guess it's all. He said they have to be premeditated. I feel like a necessary evil can be either premeditated or, you know, right on the spot. So,
trust me, with the example he had with Walking Dead, that man had that shit in his head already if somebody was going to put harm to his son in the time that they were living in. Trust that.
That, okay, to somebody like, okay, I'm going to do this if something happens is one thing, but to be actually put in a situation where you're
They'll think twice.
I mean, certain situations may not pan out how you expect them to, is what I'm saying.
I understand.
So if a situation don't pan out how you expect it to, and you just have to act on impulse, you're gonna do what's best at that time, is what I was saying. Mm-hmm. No matter how many times you done said shit, I'm gonna do this if this happen. I'm gonna do this if this happen. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, it may not pan out how you think it may happen. You may not have access to the things that you felt like you was gonna have access to. You know what I'm saying? However it plays out. But for whatever you need to do at that necessary moment to get the job done, you're gonna do it, is what I was saying. So that's what I mean by on impulse. Even though you had it in your mind, shit, I know I'm gonna goddamn kill a nigga if they do this to my child. You know what I'm saying? But how you're gonna do it? What are gonna be your damages? You know what I'm saying? How brutal are you gonna go? You feel me? Like, where's your mindset gonna be in that very moment? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna know until you're in that moment. You know, because you might really click out and really go overboard what you said you was gonna do, or you might, you know, like some people get in front of the judge like, I want this person to get the maximum, and then they hear these stories and then they just like, well, I forgive you and I feel like you should just go through such and such and such. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, where's your mind in that moment? I guess that determines your necessary evil, the mentality that you have in the time that you're doing the act, or in the time that you want to. Exactly, my favorite word.
Situational. So it's necessary evil could also be situational evil.
But yeah, people most definitely do things intentionally. Most things are done intentionally. Most people have thoughts and they think about things and situations and play out acts in their minds 2, 3, and 4 or 5 times over and over again before it's done. Mm-hmm. So I do understand that aspect, because people will be like, man, one day our kid is the person they living with, you know what I'm saying? And they know exactly how they gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? And they play that shit over and over and over again in their mind. And it's just something for them to do. So even if it do happen on impulse, it just so happen to be like I said I was gonna do this, so I'm gonna do it just like this. And it, you know, it just happens. So
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. Well, we're gonna cut it a little short today. Good talking to you. Everybody has a necessary evil. What is yours? Think about that. Always be true to yourself. Blending minds in the building.
7P. Y'all always know what's going on.
Don't forget the P. Don't forget the P.
Good night. I'll holler at y'all next week. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Don't forget to go on to YouTube at 2 cents on a dollar. Like, share, and subscribe. Watch the videos live when you go on the page. It may seem like there's no posted content, but everything on the page is live. Hit the live button. Watch the live videos until you see other content posted. I see y'all next week.
Oh wow, we even have a hashtag.
Yeah.
Necessary evil.
Mm-hmm.
100 plus posts.
Mm-hmm. Everybody got a hashtag. I'm sure.
I'm school with it.
What's Manny Man on here, man?
Hmm?
What's Manny Man on here, man?
I forgot to tag. Never mind. Man underscore Dolla.
Something else on the school here.
Not speaking of people. No. People have food.
Right, I'm trying, that's why I think that way, I'm on the same page as how it's easy. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm just on the bottom.
Thank you.
So long.
Yeah, I'm on my birthday today. My birthday.
You think you think people should be able to retaliate is what you think.
Okay, and they said that there's time for chewing and
I'm glad you put the phone right there. You can definitely hear it.
Hmm?
I said, I'm glad you put your phone close so you can definitely hear it. something new.
And this could be a lot of listening.